to be very famous for this someday. For those of you who are who would like, would you like to meet one of my biggest fans? Oh, I got it right here. Yeah, this is one of my biggest fans. And for some of you who have big egos, you might like to make headlines someday. I've got one of my inventions here. This is a corduroy pillow for people who would like to make headlines. How about this invention? You know, I know you're all busy people and you've got computers and cell phones and fax machines and pagers, but I've invented this for people who are very, very busy. This has got a toothbrush on one end, a ballpoint pen on the other. It's called a jot and brush, and you could be brushing your teeth and making notes at the same time. But we use 50 million tons of this plastic, I've read, for toothbrushes. Every year. Isn't that crazy? Couldn't we make just this part and attach it to a beautiful wooden handle and just replace this part? See, we've got to think differently about this planet. Would you like to have a little hallucination now? I brought some pieces of screen with. These are ordinary screens that you use when you're sewing and stuff like that. But it works amazingly on a video camera. You see what's happening when I put those two screens together? I like to have hallucinations with safe things like this, because this shows us how easily our mind is fooled. Our mind was built only a couple hundred million years ago, maybe. We're not sure, but our mind is fooled by things. That's why you're able to watch this video right now, because your mind is being fooled. You're seeing a lot of still pictures, all shown very rapidly. So that's another thing we can think about. That's how our mind is fooled. As a matter of fact, scientists haven't found anything solid in the universe. Most of the universe is empty space. Space, that's an interesting idea. We think of space being nothing, but there really isn't anything as far as nothing. Dr. Einstein figured out that the amount of energy in a single paperclip would be equal to 500 tons of dynamite. So space has energy in it. Your body is made up of electrons, protons, and neutrons, and quarks and leptons, and all those little tiny particles. We could probably, I know. I'm going to pass this rope through my body and show you that my body is mostly empty space. Let me see, I've got to do this just exactly right. I'm going to pass this through my body, and I am going to see if I can do this. Like I say, I've got to do it just right. Okay, now, if you'll count down 5, 4, I've got to do this just right. Sometimes I cut myself in half and it makes a big mess. 4, 3, 2, 1. I did it! I did. This is one of my heroes I love to talk about, Helen Keller. Helen, at the age of 3 or so, was rendered blind and deaf for the rest of her life. Completely blind, completely deaf. And yet she went to college, she learned many languages, she spoke all over the world, spoke with 6 different presidents. She was a hero. But she said something that stuck in my mind. She says, even darkness and silence has its own beauty. And I think if we learn to pay attention to what's around us, we can find beauty and meaning in almost anything. If you enjoyed a little bit of my program, I hope you'll look on my website, ProfessorOops.com. ProfessorOops.com, and you can see other shows that I do, like the bee, the sea, the tree, and the Water's Wonders, the science of sound, the art of listening, and the joy of music. And if you want to read some of my stuff, I have some books on tape. You could see it comes in Scotch tape, masking tape. You could just put this on your windshield of your car and drive along and read my books on tape. I should tell you, I do kindergarten through death, any age group. And the kids at the last school I went to, they gave me this. I was real proud of this. At the end of the show, they gave me this, a great big hand. A great big hand. And here's a note for you teachers. Remember that education is not like filling up a pail, but it's like lighting a fire.